Hello, welcome to my channel. Enjoy the video.
Doris Ansong Couture, and she's a master of many things, even though she's a jack of many trades. So she is a fashion designer. She doesn't want to say it out there, but she also does wedding, floral arrangement, beautiful. She's so creative. But one of the things that she's also passionate about is healthy living. And so she may not be the expert nutritionist, but I love the practicality of her wisdom and what she brings to the table. So today we are going to hear from her what she's done and she keeps doing. She looks like 16 or 20, but that's not the age. So don't be misled. Hey, welcome, Doris. We're excited to have you.
I think in life, we learn from one another. Yeah. You cannot sit down and say that I know it all.
No.
Eating did not, I wasn't born with it. I mean, I was born in Ghana. You can eat cocoa for breakfast or watch it for breakfast.
Yeah.
But by the grace of God, we are in a different country. Things are different. And as you assess your life and you see where your life is going, you need to sit down and see that the things that I'm eating going into my body, is it helping me? Mm-hmm. So that's how my journey started, to make sure that I'm eating right. And I'm not an expert, like you said. I'm not nutritionist, neither am I a trainer.
Right.
But by the grace of God, I have found people in my life who has really helped me along the way, guiding me when I think that I know it all, or they will correct me. No, that's not how you do it. And I think I have shared more with you. So today, that's all that we are going to talk about.
We've all heard that you are what you eat. Yes. So let's start from there. What we eat. We'll talk about the how, and then we'll talk about the when. Right? So what we eat. How important is what we eat in our nourishment, in our health? How does it contribute to making us whole and healthy as we develop a healthy lifestyle?
What we eat is very, very important. And I think that sometimes we don't even take time to see that our intake of food is so important. So we just get up, we grab everything, whatever that we can, we just munch on it, and then we keep on going. But we're aging and you feel certain parts of your body, it's not like you are 12 years old. You need to sit down and analyze everything and say, hey, what is it that I'm doing wrong? What is going on? Let me find out from this person who looks so beautiful, and how did this person do it? Do they have a trainer? What are they eating? I have one young lady asked me, and she said, Auntie, you are from Africa, so are you still eating African food? I said, yes, but moderation. I'm not going to wake up fufu, in the morning, or eat fufu late at night. Even the fufu that be the powdered one, it just occurred to me that if I should look at the box, because it's being preserved.
Right.
How is it being preserved? The sodium that they are using to preserve it. What is the the milligrams of it? And this things that sometimes we don't look at it. It's fufu, let me eat it. And then we get back to buying canned food, or things that refrigerate, like microwave food that is easy to go. And it will not really help you if you want to eat, if you want to have a healthy lifestyle. It's time consuming. You need to have the time for yourself. So for me to stay away from salt, what I started using was Mrs. Dash.
Okay.
I think that Mrs. Dash will help, it's all herbs. It doesn't have salt in it. There is no sodium in it. So I started using, it's not all that great. But if you ask me, I have put my season on. The thing is, when you combine all seasons, it has taste. But if I'm eating certain vegetables, and I know that this veggie, the taste bug is not really going well, that's why I have shit up. But I'm not going to scoop a big amount of sugar to put it, no, just a little bit, because it's already spicy and everything. And that also helps in helping me to eat a lot of veggies. So I can, there are certain veggies I don't like it. But if I have shito or the blended fresh tomatoes, pepper, like the one you used to eat kenke, if I just get a little bit, make the way I want, and I just sprinkle on it and shake it, you see, it gives me a different taste. I don't look, it doesn't taste like I'm eating raw veggies.
Wow.
So you have to find ways and means how you are going to, if you really, it's not easy, number one.
Yeah.
Do not think that is very, very easy. It is not. It's a journey.
It's a journey.
It's going to, at times you will do it and I don't feel like eating it. No, eat it. And don't deprive yourself from eating jollof rice. Your big bowl of salad with all the ingredients in it. Take a scoop of jollof, put it on top and mix it. You're able to mount on the jollof in there instead of having that big bowl. But right now, I have a scoop. So it's it's a process. One day at a time. You can't do it one day and say, me, I'm chomping at time, so I'm going, I'm eating healthy, so I have this, I have that. No. It doesn't work like that.
It's a process. It's a process. Because of somehow the training that we've had, and sometimes even the taste that we've acquired with time, it's so hard. It's so hard. I mean, one of the things that I am curious to find out is, how did you even get to like veggies? How do you, let's start from there. I think a lot of us have a background that we didn't have enough to be trained with vegetables and all that. So we're trained more with the carbs. So now we are in a place where we can afford to have the veggies. However, we don't have the taste. And you ask me cauliflower, and I'm like, don't start. It's not my thing. So how do we start that journey of even incorporating the vegetables into our diet that makes it a little more easier to eat? How do I do that?
So you start on a small scale. Like I said earlier, if you like your jollof, you like your white rice with stew, you like wache, always make sure that you have a mixed bowl of veggies with you. And instead of eating it separately, when I started, I would just dump everything into the bowl and just eat. So in this case, I know that, but I have to make sure that the veggies that I'm eating is more than what I'm adding the side dish. My side dish has to be a small amount. So that's how I started. It wasn't easy. And also we have to learn to eat and drink water. We tend to eat and not drink the water. But in the beginning, you need to drink more water before you start your meal.
At the beginning of your meal?
Yes, at the beginning of your meal.
Wow.
You need to drink more. You need to drink water. Just a glass of water. In case you are not going to put in too much, because I believe the whole thing is in the mind.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Then sometimes you are not hungry. You just need a cup of water. It's not hunger. Because the thing that is just this little thing that is just, holding the food. But it's in the mind, because, if you see when we are serving, see how much goes onto the plate for one person.
Yeah.
A whole lot of rice. But it's supposed to be a scoop. You have your veggies, you have your steamed veggies, broccoli, you have asparagus, you have this, you have that, and add all of them to it. I mean, I know you don't like cauliflower, but cauliflower is great to have. As cauliflower, you can make fried rice out of it. Make it yourself. Stop buying them from the store, pre-made. Don't do that. Learn how to make it yourself.
So I think I'm going back to the drinking water before you eat.
Yes.
I think that reminds me, I had a coworker who lost a lot of weight. And one of the things that she started doing, which I don't think the understanding was there back in the day, was that she would drink a lot of water before she eats. And then she'll have just a little bit of food. And she'll say she's full. And I used to wonder, I'm like, how would you be full? Like, you have, these small containers and you're saying you're full. But then you're almost like tricking your mind to believe that you've eaten something before you actually eat. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is something I have to try.
When you wake up in the morning, it's you drive to work. I don't. I live in New York City. So it's either the bus or the train. I used to do that. And then when I get to work, I'm running to go to the ladies' room. I realized that it wasn't good for me. So I find my own bag. I have my water. The moment I wake up, if it's 4 a.m., whatever, I'm drinking my 2 bottles of water. Because in between, before the time that I leave the house, at least I'll be able to go to the ladies' room before I go to work. So I won't go to work by running. Then after that, when I get to work, I have my celery juice, 32 ounces or 16. I have to drink that. After that, giving myself time, if I'm hungry, I have my smoothie, another 32 ounces. I have to drink it. So all this, I'm not craving. I'll go to the cafeteria. Don't forget, I work in a hotel. So there are lots of goodies. The temptation is strong. And my friend is a pastry chef. He knows how to cook. Oh, Doris, I made this for you. And I will give him a look. And so I would take it and say thank you. And by the time I know, I'm giving it to somebody else. Sometimes I would just take a spoon just for him to know that I appreciate what he has done. Or sometimes he would give me a pass because it was something that he was trying so I can bring it home. If not, I'll just give it to somebody to eat it. So it's a matter of you training yourself. It's not easy. So to make it easier, get a small bag, like a nice basket, put all your water in and put it on your bedside. Because you are training yourself. The moment pulse is there in your mind, I have to drink my water before I get out of the house. So you're drinking. And don't forget, as you are drinking the water, it's not, you see that your skin also changes. That's a lot. Me, for instance, I didn't know that the water that I was drinking was really nourishing my bones because I have issues.
Okay.
I came across, you see the t-shirt that I'm wearing, One Side Fitness, and he's so great. He's at the park. That's how he trained. He helped the community, and he doesn't charge much. And I was complaining. He said, "No, Miss D, you have to run." I said, "But I can't." He said, "Because I'm not drinking enough water." So he said, "I want you to drink a gallon of water." I said, "What? But I have been drinking water." He said, "Okay, you're not going to fight. Go home. Take a picture of the gallon of water that you're going to drink. Squeeze lemon into it. And it's a Saturday. I wanted to drink the whole gallon." I said, "Okay." I did that. And every weekend, I continue to do that. And then one day I went to the park. He said, "I want you to run." I said, "Oh no." He said, "You have to squat." I said, No, I don't do those things." He said, "Come, squat." And for years, I have not been able to do that. I thought he was going to let me do 5. He said, "Give me 50.
Whoa.
And I said, "But my knee." He said, "Oh, take it out of your mind. I want you to do it." And he started making me run 5 miles.
Wow.
And then one thing I learned, I shouldn't be doing it. And he wants me to lift up the legs as I'm running. So this person also happens to be a food coach, not just a trainer, a food coach. And you see, they have this it's package. It's per serve. And per serve, you can usually buy from BJ's or Costco. And I remember I said, "Oh, look at this, it's so great." And then he looked at it and he flipped it. He said, "Yeah, 400 milligrams. So you eat a serving, you're putting 400 milligrams of sodium into your body." I said, "Oh, but it's already made it easier." He said, "No." Then he tested me. He said, "Okay, these are the ingredients I want you to have in your fridge. Start eating." So like I said, I had somebody else. I thought I was eating healthy. I know what I'm doing in my own little mind. But with obedience, I will, when that door opened, I embrace it. And he's teaching me, he said, these are the veggies that you need to eat. And we have a beautiful group that what he does is everybody, when you start with him, you test him your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. So me eating quinoa, I thought I was doing great. He said, you have too much protein. How can you have quinoa on your plate? And you also have chicken. It's a lot, too much protein. I said, oh, but the chicken is good. He said, I see that you have beans. Beans also is protein. Miss D, it's too much. When you come back, I will show you how to go about it. So it's always good to have somebody who knows much better than you. And the thing is, if you are willing to learn, if you're willing to do it.
If you are willing.
If you are
willing. I think that's the thing. If you are willing.
And the consistency.
Yeah.
Because I had my younger one, who now we call him the chef. I thought cooking healthy. At first, they used to laugh at me. They would call me all kind of names. They'll be telling their friends. But when COVID came, this boy just transformed. He said, he won't let me cook. He'll make his own meal. And it was all veggies. Veggies. I said, hey, what happened? So no, eating vegetables is very good for you. And, I'm changing the way I eat. And I said, since when? He said, you do your thing and I'll do my thing. And he will stay in the kitchen and make his own food, spice it up. So sometimes we make that what we are eating, we want to please them by making it. But when we're stuck with eating healthy, along the way, they pick it up. They ask me for CMOS. I make my own CMOS. When I make the CMOS and I put it into the fridge, the middle one, I will see him. I said, I didn't make this for you. Oh, just make it more. And I said, no, give me the money. I will make more. Give me the money. He said, yeah, I like the one that you make because I make it from the house. I didn't go. There's no preservative. It's me. So if we are willing to learn, if I'm willing to learn from you, Tina, and also to be consistent of what you are telling me to do, able to, you have to have a goal. It's not, at times you may fall. Don't give up. Don't give up. Just do it. Yes, we are brought up in eating fufu and all of that. No, I'm not saying that you shouldn't eat it. Modify. Modify. It has to be moderation. Don't come and eat, 8 a.m., 7 p.m. you're eating fufu. It won't help you anymore. Your cut line at least 6 by 6:30 to 7. So afterwards, if you're hungry, drink tea. Herbal tea. Drink ginger tea, turmeric tea, make it yourself. In Ghana, they have the powdered ginger. That's all that I buy. And I use it to make my own tea. I buy when I come, I get the sachets and then I add soboro. You call it soboro. Yes, I add it to it and make tea. They are drinking it, but the way they sell it in the store. So I'll make my own tea and then I'll drink it. Lemon balm is a great, tea to have because we are often green tea. No, the fruit tea also helps. The fruity tea, they all. So it's a matter also try and do research, find out if you follow somebody on social media, send them, ask them questions. How did you get there? What are the things? Where do you buy your food from? And sometimes when you go buy the veggies, it's not everybody that can afford organic. Soak them in vinegar before you put it into the fridge. Just get a bucket, a big bowl, pour vinegar into it and put all the veggies inside. And you see what will come out of it. Before you rinse it, let it dry, and then you put it away.
Wow. That is a lot of information. I told you, she's loaded. She's loaded. There's so many things that you said that I have to go back and ask a few questions on. So You know, I like the fact that we have to be almost like mindful, not almost, we have to be mindful of what we are eating, what we are putting into us. And apart from that, you also made the connection to when we eat, because I think that is a huge thing when we eat. You see, some of our foods are so heavy that when you eat it late, it's just not helping you. Thankfully, I don't eat certain food, so I get to run away from that one. But even that, just eating anything in the evening, late in the evening, after 7 and all that, I think it makes you either bloated or you feel uncomfortable and all that. So let's talk about then when we eat, the time we eat. Because I mean, people have different ways. And for those who are really big into the intermittent fasting, the push is to get your food in during the day, you know, so that you leave the evening into the morning off from eating. How important is that timing, that open door or open window for us to eat?
That is very, very important. So what I suggest or what I used to do, now my schedule has changed. So when I was coming home around, I get off at 1:30, it was easier for me to come home and then I don't have to eat late. Now that I have to come home late, I take my food with me.
Okay.
I prepare my food. That's what I'm saying, that it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
When you have to be willing, I want to change the way I eat. Because what is so to make an investment into good processed products, blenders that we use, making us, don't just buy anything that is not going to, because if you were supposed to go and buy Louis Vuitton bag, you would do it. But we are talking about your health. So if you have to spend like $500 on a blender, like Vitamix, buy it. It's for you. Because such a blender you can use, and by the way, they don't pay me. Vitamix, I don't get anything from them. I just like their products. You know, you can use it to make ice cream, anything, especially those who have young ones. Get to them, go and, you know, they will be able to do. So to come back to how we eat, you know, now that I'm coming home late, I prepare everything with me. I have my salad, whatever that I think I'm going to eat. And also, so when I come home around 6:30 to 7, if I'm really, really craving for something, I'll just look for veggies and just because I already had around 4:30 to 5 or 6 o'clock, I ate. I have already put something into my stomach. So there's no need for me to come and eat another rice.
Yeah.
There's no need for me to do that.
So what you're saying is your health is an investment. It shouldn't be an expense, because someone said that your health can be an expense where you now have to, you know, keep up with all your prescriptions and everything. Or you can also invest in the health that you have. And someone just said, he said, health is wealth, you know. So it is important that we invest that time. What are some of the things you can do when you're on a night shift type of work and still maintain a healthy lifestyle?
So far as you're not going to order Chinese food when you work night shift and get ribs and get, you know, chicken wings.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to change it. Turn it around. What can I eat? You can have your smoothie. Have a pack of carrots. Have your blueberries. I love wild berries. And
wild
berries. Yes, there's something about wild berries. You know, it's a bit. I will stick with that. You know, have your peaches and all of that. So if you are hungry, at least that when you eat and you are walking around, it's natural sugar that is going into your body, and the digestion is not that hard. That in the morning when you come home, whatever that you feel like you want to eat. But it's also in a process, you are in a journey where, so it shouldn't be an excuse. It shouldn't be an excuse that this is my schedule. So I'm not, no. You have to try and say that, okay, I'm changing my eating habits. Therefore, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. If I'm hungry, I know, you know, Annabelle always carry I learned it from her. She always have apples, carrots, blueberries, So when I see her in the city and we are walking, and Doris, you want apple? And I'm looking at her. I said, why does this woman always have apple in her bag? She won't say that let's go and eat McDonald's or something. She offer me. So I also pick on that. I started putting apples in my bag. So when I'm hungry, instead of going to buy something to eat, I just grab it from my bag. So we shouldn't have an excuse of our time, of our schedule, but rather we should plan and say that I'm willing, I want to do this. And the grace and the strength will come. Like I said, it is not easy. So don't say, oh, I can do this. No, you can do it by yourself. And get yourself into small groups. There will be one person who has done it, and then you'll be testing each other to get info, how to go about your eating. What are you eating today? Like for me, I have learned, if you give me potatoes, it's only 2 potatoes that I like. The purple potato, which is, I think they call it Japanese yam or Japanese. Inside is purple. And then the sweet, oh yes.
I haven't seen some before.
Oh, once done with it, just Google it. It's
okay.
That, a few people that I know, I took to them where I usually buy, and now they have become the champions. They just go and they buy it and just put it in the oven. Yes, we are all changing. I like, and let's not be in our own little corner. I'm African, I'm Ghanaian, blah, blah. No. I learned it when I went to Thailand. I didn't learn it from, this is a friend invited me. We went to Thailand, and the food, everything that they were eating. And I was like, okay. So I started asking questions. And she said, I'll take you to the farm. I will show you what this vegetable does, what you can use this for. And some of them, we have it in Ghana. In Ghana, we use it for tea. But when I cook that and I add orange juice to it and ginger, there I have my juice right there.
We have a variety of things that we eat that, sometimes we've acquired the taste for. Tell me one thing that you are so used to that you just eat without thinking. I'll tell you mine. Mine is bread. I am a bread person. It's not even funny. Like bread. So what about you? What one thing do you also really like? You've had a taste for it for the longest, and it's not that easy to shift or to change it. And if you were to change it, what would you change? Or what would you substitute for that? So I think for me, the bread, now I try to do more of the whole, Ezekiel bread. So yours is pasta. Wow, I like pasta too. I think because I don't eat fufu and a few other things, I substitute it with a lot of other things. Rosemond, yours is rice. I know, I'm with you on the same place. I try substituting white rice. Let's qualify that. White rice with brown rice. It's not easy, but it's worth it. It's worth the try, so I'm trying. And then I've also tried quinoa. And that has also not always been easy to eat. But again, I think the same way that we've trained our tongues to like certain foods, if we keep being consistent, we can train our tongues to also, like new things, like, quinoa, like brown rice, so we just have to train ourselves. One of the things that I was going to ask Doris, and hopefully she can log back in, is, fitness, right? Finding a coach, finding someone, or even getting yourself to a place where you're accountable by having apps. I've shared a few apps on this platform that you can use, and they are really good. If you set a reminder, they'll remind you, they'll tell you it's time to work out, and then you get yourself there 7 minutes. creating a habit, 7 minutes of, just working out, doing something, working your heart out. Remember, if you are not there, whatever thing that you are busy about will go on. If you are not there, whatever thing that you are busy about that makes us not have time will go on. So how do we make time also for these things that will help us to continue to be healthy, have a healthy lifestyle, keep doing the right things? So I am learning. I've done a lot of the running around, and I think I'm the first person to raise my hand and say that it's really dawning on me as I keep, on this journey to see how do I continue to, focus on what is important.
This is my favorite one. I have different sizes. This is the 32 one. I don't put anything in plastic. Everything is
why not plastic?
No, because I want it to stay fresh.
Okay.
It to stay fresh. The freshness, like I told you, my older sister, she doesn't like me. When she comes to my house and she sees plastic, she throws them away. And then she'll go and buy me. You know the one I'm talking about, right? Helen's mother. Then she will buy the containers, the Paris bowls, and she said, "This is the one that you need to use. You said you want to eat healthy. Have Paris bowls in your house. Use plastic containers." And I'm looking at it, woman, you just came to my house. This is what I can afford. But I didn't know that all this. She used, when I first started eating healthy, most of it I learned it from her also. She will blend beets juice from her house, and she said, "Drink this." And I said, "Why do I have to drink?" She said, "It's good for you." I said, "You should drink it." She's my older sister, I have to obey. And you see that I have frowned my face. But as time goes on, then I know that I can add ginger or mint to it to spice it up, and it tastes so good. I'm enjoying, and I'm so grateful to her that she forced me to drink beet juice.
Wow, beet juice. I just started doing the beet one. It's not, it wasn't as bad. Once you get, again, it's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
You just have to keep drinking it.
Just add ginger or turmeric to it, and it gives you a nice. That's it. And also lemon. Always have a lot of lemon around you. Yeah. Lemon lime, they are also good because of the alkaline. So it's good for you.
Amazing. You said, do you strain beet juice or is it more of a smoothie? I normally strain mine. I strain it because I add, for my juice, I add the beets, I add the cucumber. So I strain it. But I think you can also have it, even when you strain it, you still have the pulp a little bit.
That you are using.
Say again?
It depends on the type of blender that you're using. Mine make everything, the speed can make it into baby food. So when you add water to it, and even if I strain it, still, when I want it light, so then I have to keep on adding water, and that's how I can get a lot out of it. I'm straining and adding water to it. So that's why to make a great investment
in the blender
and in the blender.
I'm looking at a master.